The TI9 Compendium is now operational, and with that players can access the long-awaited predictions section. There's a lot to look over here, but the most pressing matter to attend to is the qualifier picks, as players only have a few days to lock in their predictions for the final 6 participants at TI9. Dota 2's professional scene has always been unstable, but things are worse today than they ever have been. A handful of teams have dominated every event, and almost everyone else has been struggling just to hold it together. If you haven't been paying close attention to everything over the last few months, this might be really tough, but that's alright. You've got some help. We here at Win have been keeping up on every tournament result and every messy team breakup. And we've got some solid advice when it comes to which teams to go for in the qualifier predictions. And we're going to be doing a whole lot more great video content just like this for the entire TI9 Battle Pass. So make sure to subscribe if you think you'll need help with anything from the fantasy minigame to the tournament bracket. Let's start things off with North America. Early on in the season, things were actually looking great for the region thanks to strong TI8 showings from Evil Geniuses, Optic Gaming, and Vici Gaming J Storm. North America looked ready to grow even stronger from there with new stacks like March Out of Army and the Eternal Envy-led Complexity Gaming. Unfortunately, it didn't take long before things went completely off the rails. Within just a couple months, teams were constantly changing rosters and rarely getting better as a result. Evil Geniuses remained a force all year and earned a direct invite to TI9, but outside of them, North America has been a complete mess. That has made the qualifiers for North America something of a jump ball, but Forward Gaming is the best bet by a decent margin. The lineup has struggled throughout the year and really failed to live up to the expectations fans had early on, but they've still managed to get the better of other contenders like J Storm and Complexity Gaming. They haven't performed at a level where you can pick them with any real certainty, but they're the clear best choice here. Our next section is in a similar situation, but not for a lack of great teams. Europe has been the most successful region throughout the year, and after the Epicenter Major, it is set to send 5 different teams to TI9. The trouble is that with Team Secret, Team Liquid, Ninjas in Pajamas, OG, and Alliance all earning direct invitations, all the known commodities are actually out of the running here. The only other team that's hung around for any length of time in Europe is the Final Tribe. They've managed to be competitive with the likes of Ninjas in Pajamas and Alliance in the past, but you can't really look at them as a favorite here. We're actually looking at the reformed Chaos Esports Club as the team to beat in Europe. Chaos was the best team in South America for much of the season, but actually left and went across the Atlantic after washing out of the MDL Disneyland Paris Major. In the weeks since, they've pulled together an interesting new roster that includes former Team Liquid mid Matumba Man and Team Secret offlaner Kezu. They haven't had the opportunity to practice with one another, but their talent and experience has us favoring them over anyone else in Europe. China is an incredibly difficult region to pick this year because it has a lot of teams that have shown flashes of greatness but haven't been able to stay on top for any length of time. There are a lot of different contenders because of that, but the two we're looking at are eHome and Royal Never Give Up. Both have looked solid throughout the year, but have also managed to turn it on in the last few months. Royal Never Give Up gets the final nod based on their showing at the Epicenter Major, but they still have a big fight ahead of them. We talked about North America being a mess, but South America is even worse. Chaos Esports Club was the region's one constant, but after jumping to Europe, there's a massive void at the top and nobody has even been able to stay together long enough to fill it. The only South American team right now that has actually beaten pro competition from outside the region is Team Anverheza. The Peruvians managed to clear the group stage at the Starladder Minor in June and eliminated Windstrike and eHome in the process. Their body of work is small because the team didn't actually come together until the qualifiers for that tournament, but they're pretty much the only viable option there is here. The only region with a really clear favorite to win is CIS, and that favorite is Gambit Esports. Gambit has actually been a solid competitor all year, and while they haven't been able to consistently qualify for majors, they've proven themselves as a top team on a number of occasions, with strong showings at tournaments like ESL 1 Katowice and the Valentine Madness tournament from WePlay. They still have quite a bit of competition with teams like Na'Vi and Team Spirit, but this is about as confident as you can be with the qualifier picks this year. And finally, we reach Southeast Asia. Fnatic and TNC Predator have been the top 2 teams in the region throughout the year, but with both of them already headed to TI9, we look to the number 3 team for most of the season, Mineski. It's been a tough year for Mineski, but they've still managed to have a few successes along the way. The big X factor here is their recent release of Ajit in favor of a new carry, Nico Baby. The team won't have much of an opportunity to practice with him, and it's hard to feel too confident in them because of that, but they should have what it takes to get over teams like BoomID and GeekFam and earn the final spot in TI9. And those are our picks for the TI9 qualifiers. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any friends that need help, feel free to share. If you disagree with any of our takes, well, the comments section is right down there. You can tell us who you have making it to TI9. And finally, make sure to subscribe so you can keep up with all of our TI9 content.